hospital, he would pass away.
I thought everybody knew. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
What the cop doesn't realize at this time is that Ina is a very good actor, and she knows far more about Steve's sickness than she leads on. You see, Steve was less than an hour away from cashing in a $37 million inheritance payment when he became fatally ill. And as the multi-week investigation would progress, detectives would quickly discover that Steve's death was due to poisoning. Someone had killed him. And everyone close to Steve all had dire needs to claim his newfound fortune by any means necessary.
Damn, they got his ass.
Million.
Rev, what up, boy?
What you can do is get on the plane and don't look back.
Police department. It's the police department. It's not Chad.
This body cam was recorded the night before Steve
Hold on, bro. I
Riley's
gotta
death.
check this shit.
Steve and Ina's
I just
drunken
turned this shit
neighbor
on.
had been harassing them and other residents of the neighborhood. So Ina called 911
There we go.
to
There we go.
de-escalate
There you
the
go.
situation.
What is this?
What makes this specific footage interesting is not the situation with their drunken neighbor.
This is just a fucking 3D model of this warehouse that I'm making for a project. It's like a loft apartment. Bottom floor, come up, landing, bedroom, and then this floor right here, you're gonna have like a room here, podcast room, and then back here like a entry, some little fucking garage type shit. What you doing, Rev, bruh? You ain't working? The hell? Jeffrey's gonna say, hey man, get your ass back in there. Start loading up some trucks and shit, scanning things. You got a scanner? Beep, beep, beep. All right, let me get back to it, man.
I don't know. So you got a phone on?
They let you off, Rev. Come on, bro.
This afternoon.
But this is where Ina reveals something she shouldn't have. Their plans to
Can't believe they give you days off, man.
which had over the years
What the hell?
and she does this
Alright.
for one reason, to brag.
You get some this afternoon?
So I'm kind of doing this off these blueprints that I made, but this is like loose, and it's pretty loose. So I'm really having to come up with a lot of the dimensions and shit on the fly, and the ideas and shit on the fly. But that's all right.
According to Ina,
I may have gotten too high just now.
on his late uncle tomorrow,
You ever get too high, Rev?
is enough.
Or no, Jeff Bezos don't let you get high. What the hell?
What police
Goddamn, Jeff.
this time is how enormous this inheritance sum really is.
Goddamn, Jeff.
2016, Steve's friend had received a call from a man
Roof.
named Riley, who claimed to be
Alright,
Steve's
we can go
long-lost
here.
uncle. He had explained that he
To hit the tab.
Steve. After connecting with the pair, Steve learned he was in line to receive an inheritance upon his uncle's passing, which was a sum of over $17 million at the time. This was
17 million.
financial struggles he and Ina had been dealing with. A couple of years later, 4 months
God damn.
just watched, Steve would learn of his uncle's passing from a British lawyer who had contacted him.
17 million is crazy, actually.
He would learn that his $17 million inheritance had grown to over $30 million due to his uncle's successful investments over the years. That's why Ina cannot hold herself from boasting to the police.
Fucking uncle's a goat, bro.
They plan to meet with their lawyer to officially sign the documents and claim the
Motherfucking uncle is the goat.
The two plan to take the money and live with Steve's
Hell.
long-lost family in Ireland, quote, living in the castles. In less than 24 hours...
Actually, let me remove all these other ones. Oh,
So as officers leave for the night, Ina would make one final...
don't do that stuff. That's all right. That's all right, Rev.
About to change.
I'll do it. I'll do it for both of us, bro. Don't even worry.
We're gonna try to look for him and get his son.
Don't even fret, my bro.
If you just want to give us a call or have him give us a call, we'll talk to him then,
Might have the wrong shit selected here. That's it. That's it. That's the problem. That's the problem, Rev. I figured out the problem, brother. Select that. Easy. Bring that up a bit. Lock it on the Z. How much is that? Bring it up a foot. I want to bring it up 6 inches. Hit enter. Now, if we click the wireframe, we can see that we have fucking depth in there. That's why we were acting all weird earlier. It was grabbing shit. It was like, what the fuck are we grabbing? He said, I know you will. That's funny. One of us has got to be under the influence. One of us has to be over the influence. And somebody has to be the fluence. We just got to find the third person. Ay, 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 ay.
He would never show up. And after a couple of hours with no lawyer, no money, and a sick fiancée, she would return home as well. Everyone believed that Steve had suffered from a heat stroke as a result of working on his truck for hours that morning. But Steve's symptoms were far more fatal than the heat strokes he had received in the past.
I don't know what size I want to do.
Kidney failure throughout the night. And in the morning, Steve would become completely unresponsive.
God damn, Steve. Make sure these are on the right path. Huh.
Really sick. He got heat stroke yesterday, and now he's not waking up. And
Damn. You ever had heat stroke, man? That shit is terrible.
I don't have a phone number.
She said, I don't have a phone number.
Finish getting set up. Come on, babe.
Shit, the bitch said, I don't got a phone number, bro. What the fuck?
Okay, but he is breathing? Yes. He's snoring. He won't talk to me anymore. He won't look at me. He won't open his eyes.
What the fuck is going on here?
I've got help on the way. Just keep an eye on his breathing. If anything changes with his breathing, tell me immediately.
Tell me immediately. The fuck, bro? Just delete them shits. Delete that. Delete the vertices. Well, not all of them, bro. Not all of them like that, bro. Goddamn. I'm really curious to see why this shit is doing this. It's fucking weird. Yeah, this is fucking. I'm fucking up.
But before we get to that, I want to help you protect yourself and your family from something that can ruin your life. Identity theft. Aura, the sponsor of today's video,
You know what?
helps protect you and your loved
It's alright.
against exactly that.
Delete the hoe. Start over.
A family member or a loved one.
Sometimes this is a free software, man. Sometimes this shit just acts up. You know, you can spend a lot of time fucking figuring shit out, but it's just because the software is having a fucking knip. We're gonna do that. What's the depth? Z. We're gonna do 60 inches. Why? Because that's 5 feet. Why? I don't know. Just how you measure shit. Tab. 3 to select a face. I to bring it in. Up. Or not. There we go. See.
You can go to www.aura.com/DrInsanity to try 2 weeks for free. Enough time for Aura to find out if any of your personal data is exposed.
All right, what do we got here? We need to take this. Hit 2. That way you can select these motherfuckers. This has got
reason not to believe her story, so they would comfort her throughout the day as Steve was being treated.
Yeah, I need to look and see what this shit. It's kind of hard to see. Let's click this up. There we go. There we go. Square them up a bit. Let's turn the snapping on. Snapping's nice. 3 again, select the face. Z, drop it down. Like, bitch. 3, easy, my bad.
Wanted to share his theory with the detectives. So, the day after Steve's death, Billy would call officers back to apartment 912A to detail his side of the story.
We think she poisoned him. Oh, I'm almost sure she poisoned him.
So what's your plan right now?
We're making sure nothing goes. Because you know when they go to jail, they die.
I mean,
People come and clean them out.
how long are you going to stay here?
I'm going to stay here until his son gets here.
Oh. When's the son supposed to get here?
He's dead.
I don't know what happened.
And he was poisoned.
Billy's explanation for Steve's death is, well, horrifying. If Ina truly did poison Steve, then his symptoms would make sense, and would add up far more than the idea of him having a heat stroke. However, why would Ina want to poison her husband if they were about to live such a good life? Well, Billy seems to have the exact answer to that question.
The other day, she threw all his stuff out the yard.
From his house?
Yeah, and he come out and he was holding his head down. And then we're supposed to go up to the airport and meet this guy because he's supposed to get quite a bit of money. Come back, we had to help him out of the car, had to help him in the house, and everything was fine until he come home. And then the next morning, she's throwing all his stuff out. She was supposed to call the ambulance. She never called the ambulance.
Billy thinks that Ina was secretly planning to split with Steve after the inheritance was received, even going so far as to throw his belongings out of the house after they returned from the airport. Even worse is that Ina lied about getting help for Steve after they returned from the airport, pretending to take him to get treated when in reality, they never left the house. Unfortunately,
Oh, it's because of my scale, that's why.
This talk and decided to give Billy a piece of her own mind.
I'm taking off. I'm not worthy of killing my husband. Dead or alive.
Oh.
Hey,
There we are.
I need to take a picture.
Picture what?
Billy.
Here,
What's that?
Oh, you can sit on here.
Steve collapsed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the hospital. I found out he was poisoned.
How'd you find that out?
Doctor told me. I'm just telling his son, don't ever stop after these people. They're nasty people. They're nasty.
Ina coincidentally seemed to put the blame on the neighbors, calling them evil people. It's become more clear that Steve's death was far more sinister than officers had first expected. Officers now had a potential homicide case to investigate, but as they went to leave, one officer accidentally broke the news to Ina that her fiancé had passed away.
I thought everybody knew. I'm sorry. I guess the son is on his way here.
Make a cube. There we go. We got. This is 1128, 480.
Ina's reaction to her husband's passing is
1128.
I've ever seen. She starts bawling her eyes out, then suddenly jumps right back to her normal self,
480.
as if she hadn't even heard the terrible news to begin with. It's becoming more and more clear that something is not adding up.
60.
Billy was not the only person to initially put the
There we
blame
go.
on Ina. In fact, he was only one of many who would come forward with their concerns. In fact, Billy's wife, Lynn, had stated that Ina had made horrifying statements in the past, alluding that if she was to ever kill her partner, she would poison him using an antifreeze. To add to the pile of already incriminating information, Steve would be tested for ethylene glycol in his bloodstream, a key ingredient in antifreeze. To nobody's surprise, the results showed toxic levels of ethylene glycol in his system. This information would serve as the catalyst for initiating a formal homicide investigation into the death of Steve Riley. Following the commencement of the investigation, investigation, a series of intensive interrogations would be conducted with all parties connected to the incident, including Ina, to ultimately solve Steve's murder. However, before that, Ina would launch a plan of her own. It must have been made apparent to her that she was in
Well,
one,
okay.
as the day
I
had
don't know why it still
passed.
says 24 on that
She would
motherfucker.
call them back to apartment 912A to explain
This is
things on her
24.
own.
This should be 60, right? So when I right click here, now it says, oh, now it says 60. What the fuck? That shit was like glitching or something. That was weird. Okay, whatever. Now we made it through there. That's good. Now we do what we gotta do. Pick it up, click the center one, inset. There you go. Inset it. There we go. Actually, it's pretty square. That one easy. Drop that thing down. Drop to 48. Should hold it like that. Look at that. Boom. There we go. Now we got some depth on it. Beautiful. Or actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do loop cuts in it first. I'll loop cut it first. There we go.
To the idea that Steve may have drank the antifreeze himself, or that someone may have poisoned him. However, despite all the
Let me see if I can
her way,
see. This is the thing about Blender, dude. You'll fucking be working in like a specific way, and there's so many different ways that you can go about doing a specific thing. And it's really about finding the best way for whatever your specific need is, or whichever way is faster. So for me, I go back and forth on different like techniques and stuff. I'm gonna give this one a go and see how this works out. I'm gonna do a bunch of loop cuts in this motherfucker. Okay. Because I essentially want like that. Perfect.
Rebecca was brought in primarily to add to the pile of evidence to confront Ina with.
There we go.
But as the interview would continue, strange red flags would arise from
There we
Rebecca's
go.
odd personality.
And if you hit Alt and click, then you're going to select the entire loop cut. What?
Starting off a homicide interview explaining how demons left your
The
victim's
hell?
butt is an interesting way of proving your innocence. But the detective isn't here to judge, rather, to get to the bottom of Steve's death.
Well, look, there's a bunch of ways you can do it, but this is what we'll do. How wide do I want the bitch? I want it to be about 4 feet wide. Oh, go back. Make sure you don't add shit in edit mode because it'll just add it to the mesh. Obviously. So, like, if you wanted to add a plane or add a vertices, you go to edit mode, blah, blah, blah. Or if you wanted to add different meshes together and then maybe remesh it, that would probably be something that you could do at that point too. What am I doing? Cube. All right, cube dimensions. I want the windows to be like 3 feet by 6 feet. So we'll do 36, 72, and then that's whatever. It don't matter. The depth doesn't matter because this shit is just what this is gonna be is just something that as a guide for the fucking skylights. Okay. And actually, so that's a good. That's good, man. This shit kind of keeps you on track to for your scale and like how this shit's really going on. Okay. Because like I'm creating these big ass motherfuckers in here, and this is the 3 footer. So what am I going to do? Okay, hold on, bitch ass. So this is the back of the room. What I could do? Oh, bitch. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll do the continuous. I will do a continuous shit right here.
The amount Steve had planned to receive was something he kept
Yeah,
secret,
yeah.
often lying to people like
That'll be good.
how much he was actually getting.
Okay,
As we'll
so
soon find out,
fuck that.
this number was much, much larger than 2 million.
His uncle passed away. Yes. First, he said he was going to leave it to Ina, and then they were fighting. And a couple months later, he said he went back and changed the will. He told me, he was like, don't tell Ina, but I changed it.
This statement from Rebecca would explain what Ina was talking about last time she spoke to police, and how she was trying to switch the will over from Steve's son to herself. If Ina discovered his plan, it would have given her a strong incentive to do whatever it took to change the will back in her favor, possibly by any means necessary. Because it started 5 months, and he told me, yeah, I got a will. I'm leaving everything to Ina if something happens. And then it seemed like 2 months after that, he's like, that ain't getting nothing. Because she's a bitch, he said.
So that was just it.
Yep. That's how yeah.
Was he ever talking about leaving Ina?
There we go. That's pretty good like that. All right.
Get this money and leave her, get my own place.
Second one.
Go back to
Alt click.
Yeah. Okay.
Put that motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you guys start dragging it. This shit sometimes the snap will be all fucking weird, so you just kind of
He came up to my apartment. But
start dragging the bitch first, and then it'll do it.
she came up
Alt click, hold it again,
When he was up
bring that over.
I think it
See,
was
there we go.
It was like she was pissed. He was up there.
Alt click,
She's like,
drag,
let you know I found a will.
drag, flip it. There we go. Alt click again, drag the baby boy over. What are you gonna do? Bing bong bingy. There we go. You see, and I'm lining it up with the pillars on the outside. Because what I'm gonna do is I'm going to delete the faces throughout. And so that way that when you're like sitting on the windows, there's like a seamless skylight window. That's my idea. I don't know. How's it gonna work? Maybe it's gonna be a good, maybe it's gonna be shit. What are you gonna do? All right.
She was a nosy neighbor, looking for any rumors or conspiracy theories.
Coffee break. Also, stay safe in this shit.
Over 40 minutes of completely false
You
information,
gotta stay safe in the bed.
which certainly doesn't add to her authenticity. In order to further confirm
Steady wings.
two more reliable sources would be brought in the following
Okay.
night. Steve's son Ryan and Billy Burke.
Alt click,
If anyone would be able to
drag,
give further insight into Steve's life, it would
start
be these
dragging.
two, as they were by far the closest people to Steve.
There we go.
You're assigned the case of your dad's passing. You're really the only next of kin that's maybe had a relationship with your dad, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Did he ever talk to you about Eno when you guys talked in the last year?
Yeah. He was talking about how he was getting a large sum of money, and he kind of just wanted to leave her because she didn't really have a job and was like leeching off of him
Damn.
Talk about leaving Eno?
all the time, every day. She talked about poisoning Steve and me because we're always together, and she didn't like that. And I don't know how much it was. It's supposed to be. It's way up there in the money. It was like 20-something million.
What a man.
Just get on the plane and don't look back.
Yeah.
I said that's the best thing you can do.
Almost every piece of information the detectives receive leads straight to Ina as the killer. It also makes sense why
You hate the
Ina
heat.
loved Billy and Steve's son so much, as they knew far more.
I hate the heat too,
than
bro.
she would have liked about the inheritance.
It's weird that I live in Mexico and then I hate the fucking heat, bro. It's crazy.
As detectives got all
All
the
right.
information they needed from the two and could directly confront
Let's
Ina
go
with
ahead
it.
and
Before leaving, they would break
select
disturbing
these
news about
faces. Go ahead and select some of these and see kind of what this is gonna do.
So this inheritance.
Faces, 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 faces.
Sure, but
Make sure I'm doing this the fucking most efficient way there.
I mean, the letter has different fonts in it and things, and so, and the fact that your dad was on there, so.
Okay.
That and all the emails that they tried to send back to the sender of Lil D.
scam. Steve had lived for the past 7 years under the impression that if he just patiently waited, living through his terrible living conditions, he would come out with more money than he could dream of and finally enjoy life. Even worse was that this very scam that stagnated his life for years may have been the cause of his very own death. With such a pity of a case, detectives would go on to interview a handful of other suspects in order to get as much information as they possibly could to help break down Ina's defense. And after multiple days of interviews, the day finally came to confront Ina with everything they've gathered. But despite all this evidence against her, officers knew they would have a hard time prosecuting Ina without a confession or incriminating statements, and that's exactly what they were determined to get. Inside this cut down 1.5 hour interview, you'll see some of the most clever interrogation tactics I've ever shown on this channel, slowly dismantling Ina's story until all she has left
All right.
is an
I think I got it.
string of lies.
I think I know what I'm gonna do.
Like I said, we had been just talking to everyone, but really Russ, everybody that kind of knew Steve, just to get an idea of like what was going on in his life. So you and Steve were in a relationship. Yep. Okay. How long had you guys been together? 13 years. Okay. Where did you guys meet? Homeless shelter. In buffet dinner. In North Dakota? Washington. In Washington. Okay.
The detectives would go on to get more information about Ina and Steve's early relationship, but it wouldn't last long before Ina would start conspiring against Billy and others she wanted to paint as suspects.
God dog it. All right.
You've gotten into fight. To stay away from Lynn? Billy and Lynn. And okay.
Switch to vertice mode. We're gonna click that like that, and we're gonna zoom it in so I can fucking see, and then drop her back down. We're gonna go low on this because this is not gonna be the walkable space. Okay, we're just gonna do this. Is gonna be even might do 1 foot right there.
I knew they did more.
Yeah, that'll be all right.
You know, smoking more.
Okay, smoking more of the pot.
No, he's no like.
There we go.
Okay. Like me. Did he use other drugs?
Like me. Oh
for the
no.
longest time. Was he using? What was he using?
So you do shift and A. No. Shift and S. No. Shift S. Yeah, there we go.
Like screw this.
No. Control S. Well, no, that's save. Yeah, there we go. Fuck it. Oh shit.
This would be the first of Ina's lies during this interrogation. She knew Steve had been using long before the incident she described, but in order to make Billy seem like the villain in their lives, she wanted to make it seem as though he was the reason for Steve's drug use. Take a look at
What?
Ina's body language while she clearly lies. She
Right
glances
here.
up and avoids
Faces.
constantly fidgets and scratches her
Three.
skin.
Three.
Most
Three.
notably,
Shift.
stutters and
It's
stumbles
just like with
when
everything
speaking.
else. It's fucking shift is the
Keep this in mind for the rest of the interrogation, and you'll be able to
button that allows you to add the bitch on.
Ina isn't telling the truth. But now the police would ask you
Okay.
perhaps the most
Delete
intriguing
faces.
question. What
Beautiful.
exactly
Actually,
did
go
she
back.
want to do
Delete
with all
faces
this money?
and edges. Go back. Delete faces.
3 months ago.
There you go.
Okay.
No biggie.
I know you had shown that first day Lieutenant Dake and I came. You showed us kind of that letter that was on Steve's phone. Mm-hmm.
I want to know.
That's the inheritance. That was the letter. Okay. And he was talking to
Huh.
a lawyer, I guess. Okay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So this is
Uh-huh.
rich
Uh-huh.
then. I
Uh-huh.
guess I don't even know how he found out about it. It just appeared, and he was reading that the money wasn't cursed or whatever. Every single person that went for the Riley money over there, yeah. Even this 21-year-old, had passed away.
Clearly, Ina is running out of resources to take suspicion off herself, and the detectives won't take long before making her abundantly aware of how horrible of a liar she is. But for now, they'd like to get some more information on this inheritance, and if Ina would admit to trying to claim it all for herself.
All right.
It ended up. It was supposed to be 17 million.
1,500,000. So, but with all the property sold off, it ended up being 37 million.
So there was.
Oh, you know what?
Properties were sold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually want to keep that.
Who was it supposed to be coming from? Who was the family member?
Marcus something Riley.
Was that a brother or
Uncle?
That was an uncle.
Yeah.
Okay. How did they get to? Is it starting to be that the lawyer is starting to give him like a time that he's coming to Minot?
Yeah, that's pretty much when he kept saying, "I'm going to show up at this time."
One. Select the vertices. Also, if you have it on this fucking mode and you select the vertices through like this, you'll only select the plane that is the closest to you. If you select wireframe mode and you highlight it like this, then you will select everything that is in that direction. Just a little tip. Just a little fucking tip for y'all asses.
But one detail would stay the same. Unlike her original claims to officers
All
on
right.
the day of the murder, she would insist that Steve had never gone to the airport, but rather Wes had gone instead to represent Steve. This was confusing, but Ina's reason as to why Steve couldn't make it to the airport would make just as little sense.
Because
All
he
right,
was
so
drinking beer all day, he was working in the garage, he was spray painting his car,
edge loop.
and the windows closed, barely drinking any water.
So he consumed almost a case of beer in.
Oh, he can drink more than that.
Pay attention to Ina here. She's carefully crafting a story to deflect suspicion, but the detectives came prepared.
I've seen him drink a couple cases.
But on that day.
Yeah, it was a case beer.
From probably 6 or 7 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon, so 5 to 6 hours. Does that sound right?
Probably.
Okay. Did you drink anything?
Well, guess what?
Just a glass of water and his tea.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
Because he begged for iced tea.
Steve
He
had
begged me for some iced tea.
in his system the day of his death, proven by a blood test and toxicology. So detectives know clearly Ina is lying through her teeth.
So I just have a lot of concerns here, okay, and I'm just going to be honest with you. You told the paramedics when they were there that morning or afternoon that he had been drinking till 5 in the morning, that he had been consuming alcohol. That's on body cam. Okay, you said he was drinking all day the day before and that he drank his last drink at 5 a.m.
There we go.
And now you're telling me
tea.
That's not what you say on this video, okay?
I want to see this video.
Okay, well, I'm not going to show you the body cam. I'm just telling you that that's what's on there. There's reports that Wes came to the house that morning and you said that Steve was at the walk-in clinic. He wasn't at the walk-in clinic.
Steve didn't want to see Wes anymore.
Okay, but Steve wasn't at the walk-in clinic.
He was at the hospital.
He wasn't at
All right, there we go.
He just left.
There we go, boys. All right, what the fuck we got going on over here?
That's not what's been reported to us. Wes was there prior to.
The timestamps prove that.
I want a lawyer.
Okay, that's fine.
Realizing she's running out of options to defend herself, and with the detectives closing in, Ina resorts to something surprisingly clever as a last-ditch effort, asking for a lawyer.
Am I being arrested?
Nope, you're not being arrested.
No, you're not being arrested.
So, but
We're
if you
just
want
talking.
a lawyer, we can stop talking right now. That's fine.
Let me double check this
God,
audio
honest
on this
truth.
beat.
I don't know what happened. I wasn't there.
All
I
right.
wish I was there. I wish I was with him every second of the day that day. I wish I watched every single, but I'm not his goddamn mom.
You asked for a lawyer, Ina, so we're just gonna end this now. Okay, I'm not gonna talk anymore. All right.
You guys are so unbelievable. Fucking weird.
The second Ina realized the detectives saw right through her story, she folded under the pressure and insisted.
All right, so what we will need to do.
Realized her game was over. Following this interrogation, Ina would roam free while detectives scrambled for concrete evidence that she had poisoned Steve. Ina would continue fighting for her innocence, making more deranged theories, such as Steve drinking the antifreeze out of shame that the lawyer was a fraud, or that she had too been poisoned just months prior. Unfortunately for her, police managed to file a search warrant on apartment 912A, finding multiple alarming items. An old Windex bottle without a cap containing a bright green liquid suspected to be antifreeze, as well as a Coors Light bottle containing antifreeze found in the garage Steve had been working in that morning. This exact Coors Light bottle was what Ina used to poison Steve with. Antifreeze contains ethylene glycol, an ingredient that makes the liquid taste sweet. By mixing this with tea, Steve was fully unable to tell this fatal substance apart from his typical morning tea. Additionally, by hiding the liquids in the dark Coors Light bottle, Steve was unable to see the bright green color of this drink. With all of this newfound, completely incriminating evidence, as well as the numerous lies and false claims Ina had told law enforcement, she would finally be arrested on October 30th, 2024.
There we go.
Who's that?
I know.
Please lock up my house.
Yeah, we'll lock up the house for you.
I'll give you the keys, but
Yeah, we'll lock the house up for you.
why me?
So right.
All right, so that'll be the roof there on that part.
We let you smoke a cigarette. You gonna be decent?
Oh, I'm decent all the time.
No, I never dealt with you, so.
Never been arrested before like this. I've never done anything. I haven't done anything. It seems like I'm an easy scapegoat. Because all I am is an easy scapegoat. That's all I've ever been. If I was gonna kill him, I would have killed him the day he lied to me and I found out he was doing drugs.
Just gonna grab your arm so you don't fall, alright?
And I would have done it physically, not.
Physically?
Yeah. I'm a physical woman, not a.
Nobody out here to watch the dogs? Just you? No friends or anything?
Only one here.
You have any friends at work that would take them? We just don't want them to die in there, alright?
Why? How long are you holding me?
We don't know. So we'll have our officers grab the dogs. We'll put a hold on them, alright?
6 months following Ina's arrest, she would sit down in the court.
All right, now we're squared away.
Accepting a plea deal for the murder of Steve Riley. It had been a matter of principle for Ina throughout this entire investigation, staying true to her word no matter how delusional it sounded. But in
I
this
just don't
courtroom,
know.
Ina was left with no choice but to finally confess. Ina Thea Knoyer was charged with murder, intentional, knowing, or with extreme indifference of an adult victim. She was sentenced to life in prison. Her first chance at probation will come in 2015.
Yes, I think I got it. So, hold on, bitch. I think I got it, motherfucker.
Been in the car with you every time you've been out.
I believe so, yes.
Now, on top of the information from before, the detectives know that wherever her car was, both her and Devon had to have been there too. This is where the second stage of the interrogation begins. They're aware she's guilty, have an extremely detailed timeline of events, and know she's feeling extremely uncomfortable. Now, the plan is simple. They want her to give up as much information
There we go,
about the
bitch.
actual murder and the other suspects as possible, so they can easily implicate everyone else that's waiting for their interrogation. So the detectives take a short break. When they sit back down, they plan to switch gears completely. They're going to heavily apply the pressure and attempt to extract a full confession.
Thank you for all this. It's pretty apparent to me you're being truthful about things. And it's also apparent that there's some stuff you don't want to talk about. But we've been sitting here talking for a while. I genuinely like you. I think you're a good kid. Well, to me, you're a kid.
Well, I mean, I am a kid.
Yeah, you're younger than my daughter. Okay. You're up here from the Springs. You've had some stuff in your life, but now you're up here in Denver hanging with these guys that you've got, you know, some history. Some rough history, not your kind of history, right? You're kind of out of your element up here, all right? I don't know that you got yourself into trouble, other than the people you're hanging with, but these other people have gotten you into a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Caleb, for one.
You got me in a lot of trouble.
You just told me we spent a long time You were very clear.
I could do a catwalk across.
Last week.
There's 12 foot across there. I could do a little mini garden up there. I could do a catwalk across. You could do a fucking like a ornamental railing across that bitch. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?
Pretty much.
It's a common tactic to give a suspect
That's
an
decent.
excuse for
We'll
what they've
leave
done.
that right now.
In this case,
like
the detective says he genuinely believes she's a good kid and has just been swept along in what's happened. It's likely he'll also tell her at some.
No, we're not listening to this one though.
He gets his inheritance this afternoon.
He gets his inheritance this afternoon, so I'm gonna kill him. What? What the fuck? Coffee break.
You're Brandon. Rachel. Jeremy.
This is 21-year-old Brandon Reisner standing
Mescusi.
alongside his two parents. For the last 6 hours, Brandon has been on the run from police after brutally killing his best friend.
Keep going. You jumped the fence. Head back towards Collinwood.
And as Brandon's parents learn their son is an alleged killer, all they can do is pray as they patiently wait for their son's fate.
Rachel, Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here. Would you like to talk in private?
So like in here, it'll be. Here, I plan on having like either some cool fucking artwork that you can see through the front windows, because this is obviously going to be just like a brick wall on the outside, but the inside it'll have the ability to see through to the windows. Okay, and then there'll be some sort of decorative shits on the back right here. Okay. Or I always like having a graffiti wall in my shit because I've done graffiti for a million years, and it's just kind of like what I like to look at.
Is something police were yet to figure
Anywho.
out.
Yeah, I don't think he's in there.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
And then also too, I think what I'm gonna do with the stairs is the stairs. I think I'm gonna do
I don't think you made it there.
where you do like a small landing here, then you go straight up, and then here you kind of go up a little bit, and then there's a small landing, and then you go up this way. So the stairs will go like this, this, and this, and it kind of goes up the entire like perimeter of the thing. I think that'd be cool. And then this, I actually stole this from my fucking neighbor. My neighbor literally has this on his house, or her house. But these are like glass cubes, and then I'm gonna have some sort of iron, or like an aluminum frame that's holding those together. But you'll be able to see the stairs as it goes up the side right there. That was the intention here. So you'd be stairs right here. Aha, motherfucker. You'll be able to see the front part of the stairs, and then like this will be like the base. I don't know how I'm gonna. Maybe I'll do like. Because I was a welder for a long time, I kind of been thinking about this, but I'll probably do like a mono stringer fucking stair. Where it's just made out of like an I-beam. Essentially it'd be this.
The two had been friends since
like
middle
this.
school, and their friendship continued all the way through college. Aaron had just recently graduated from Brigham Young University, so his over 60-mile travel to visit Brandon was meant to celebrate the new start to adulthood. But ever since Aaron had left for Brandon's house, nobody had heard from him, and his phone would go straight to voicemail.
What the fuck?
All of these strange mysteries would lead Aaron's father to file a missing persons report and an investigation to find Aaron officially begin. First and most obviously, police would give Brandon Reisner a call, as he was supposedly the last person to have been in contact with Aaron.
There we go.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Sailor from police. You doing all right?
You click it and then right click.
For my friend right now. Yeah, that's what I was
Set
telling
that. Click that like that. Alright, this is what we'll do. And we're just doing this since we're right here anyways. RY. Okay, we want to do it only on the Y axis.
Yeah, it was in
I'm
a
just
ditch
gonna
over there.
end
When's
that.
the last time you saw Aaron?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
Well, we started
Something like
drinking
that.
around like 12, noon.
And this, obviously, if I need to change it, I'll change it. This is just kind of getting the idea, get my ideas squared away, bro.
Saw that his car was gone.
All right. Well, if y'all hear from him, let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you for the help, sir.
All right. Bye-bye.
That's probably too steep on that.
Sense. And
For the
Aaron
actual
claims
thing,
to
I'll
be
check the
actively
pitch on
looking
it to
for
make
Aaron at
sure,
the time
but
of the
this is
phone
just to
call,
kind of
as
like.
any good friend would do. It seemed like Brandon was clearly the person they needed to speak to further in order to get to the bottom of Aaron's disappearance.
I'll get the pitch right
So
for
a
the
few hours
actual
later,
stair
they
set.
showed up unannounced
All right.
at Brandon's
And
house
then this is
to get
extra,
more
but
answers about
you
what
go
happened the night
tab
before, this
1,
time
select the
face-to-face.
vertices. We're gonna go to wireframe mode. Select these bottom vertices. And we're just gonna
Just make sure we're all on the same page.
line those up.
12 yesterday. Yeah.
Push those out like that.
Anyone else for you guys? And,
What the hell?
and I had bought some red wine. Came back here, started drinking red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so he had gone upstairs.
There's easier ways to do this, but this is just a quick way. Bring that bitch up to the what you call it?
I went downstairs.
Get this motherfucker out.
That he doesn't need any help. I went downstairs, dropped a bottle, cut my pinky, and I went to the urgent care this morning, took a shower, went to bed. Okay. And then woke up 1 to 2 a.m. and his car was gone.
Despite Brandon's strange demeanor, Aaron's actions last night connect with the ditched car and lack of response for the last 12 hours.
Okay.
Aaron was a light drinker and
Now, if I was doing this for real, like I'm coming in, selecting these actual vertices, bringing those up, square, making it like an actual cut. You can also do like a Boolean cut on this thing. So like, if you wanted to,
We're still trying to find him. I don't know. You know,
okay,
he may just be
you
staying
can
in
do
a
like
hotel,
this.
sleeping off whatever happened last night.
We'll put that off to the side.
You have any problem with us checking?
Put that off to the side. Shift X. Add a cube. Bring that up.
You never know, man. People have all kinds of pets.
The officer
Bring that
would
up to the
search the
side right
house
here.
and find some interesting discoveries.
Scale
Several
X
doors
just
would
to
be
kind of
locked,
make it past the
specifically
point.
door leading to
Bring
Aaron's
this up.
room, where he supposedly threw up several times. This was strange.
Okay.
So Brandon would be called
Click
inside
this,
to help
mother
get
liquor.
to Aaron's room.
Then we will go to the modifiers.
This makes it a little bit easier.
Click this. B. Click Boolean.
Up checking in. I got you.
We have that. We're going to do subtract Boolean. We're going to subtract this. Oh wait, I didn't even check. Yeah, dumbass.
Officers would notice a strong chemical smell coming from the room.
There we go.
And find excessive amounts of cleaning supplies. But all of that would mean nothing compared to what
There
we
we
found
go.
next.
We're gonna do that. Click apply. Like that. Delete. Now, boom. Look. You got your shit fucking cut beautifully, bodies. Beautifully. It's like a fucking bandsaw cut right there.
Looks like it's been there a while, but he could have been throwing out blood, I guess. See how that? It's weird to be throwing out blood like that.
Go back here. Yeah, everything's good. But yeah, that's the proper way to make like a little cut like that on the thing. That's what I would do on the regular one. But for this, we're not gonna take our whole life doing that.
Cops are starting
Just
to
move it.
find the whole
Even though we just
scenario
did.
awfully
What the fuck?
suspicious. The odd story from Brandon, the puddles of blood in Aaron's room, the hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supplies. It seems as though Brandon sensed the officer's suspicion arising as well, as when Aaron's room was being searched, he decided to do this.
jumped the fence, headed back towards Collinwood.
All right, well, 5 inches probably still too big, so we'll click this, scale, drop the scale just a little bit more. There we go. Apply scale, click here, and then we'll look back at it. And right there, you're looking at 4.8.
He officially managed to
All right.
escape the police.
Be good for this little funny, fun little bullshit we're working on.
Leads that might aid in finding
Okay,
Brandon,
back.
police began going door to door around the neighborhood, questioning witnesses who might have caught a glimpse of where he had fled. During this effort, one officer encountered a neighbor who happened to be on a call with Brandon's father, Jeremy. Quickly, the officer took the phone to speak with him directly.
Hey, sir, I'm Lieutenant Sailor Strong Police.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Reisner, the homeowner,
yes,
and Brandon's father.
Yeah, we're probably going to need to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home. Now, earlier we had told him maybe drive around the areas where they normally hang out and try to look for him, for Aaron. Okay, we'll keep trying to get hold of him. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Even Jeremy was clueless regarding Brandon's whereabouts, and seemingly so was everyone else, as an entire hour would go by with Brandon nowhere to be found.
I am.
Okay.
This is Mom.
Sorry, I realize you might not be able to answer this question. Probably don't know the answer, but I'll try. Is there suspicion that Brandon was involved in what, hurting Aaron or something?
There's suspicion of something happened in the home.
Beyond getting drunk and throwing up?
Well, we don't know.
They're lifelong friends. We called back after the boy's mom called us. We called back and said, when did you last see Aaron? He says, I guess he left during the night. And that's all we did. He went to look for him where the car was reported.
Yes.
Powers, do you have our number?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
While trying his best to assist the police with the investigation, Jeremy would return to his house, where he discovered Brandon's phone. Up until that point, Jeremy had been doing everything he could to help the police track down his son. However, after finding the phone, his cooperation came to a sudden stop. He refused to hand the phone over, leading police to wonder, had he seen something on it? Or was he hiding something far more unsettling? But before we get to that, Jeremy is not alone in facing a tragedy. Unfortunately, it can happen to any of us. Take Yvette Torres. She was walking home from work in Philadelphia when a truck struck her without warning. Morgan & Morgan fought for her in court and won her nearly $12 million. If you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions. With over 1,000 attorneys, Morgan & Morgan will fight to give you the best results if you become their client. And unless you win, they do it all for free. Just the past few months, Morgan & Morgan has helped hundreds of people. One car crash victim in Florida won a verdict worth $12 million, and another in Philadelphia, $26 million. That was 40 times more than their insurance offered. So if you ever got seriously injured, your case could be worth millions. And it takes only a few minutes to see if you have a case. You can start your claim with Morgan & Morgan by visiting www.forthepeople.com/insanity found in the description, or by scanning the QR code on the screen from your phone's camera. With that said, let's get back to Jeremy, who would go on to discover Brandon's phone while searching around the house. This was a huge discovery for the investigation, as it could help trace where Brandon could have gone off to. But unfortunately, Jeremy was unwilling to give up the phone to cops until he could better understand the situation. After all, Brandon is his son, and he is innocent until proven guilty. So giving up the phone could be a tragic mistake. Again, hours go by with no further leads or clues as to where Brandon went. What Jeremy managed to find on Brandon's phone during this period will forever remain a mystery. However, when police spoke to him again, his demeanor would shift dramatically.
What's the status? All right, so first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You want to turn that over to us? Maybe. Okay. I do. My gut says yes, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. We'll probably need to go through it and see at least maybe where he's been today. There is a significant amount of blood in that upstairs bedroom and on the carpet. But I wanted to be straight up with you. No, y'all come home and find that. Okay.
No, I appreciate that. Do you have a warrant that would include the phone?
No, we'd have to get one at some point, so we couldn't go into it without that. So
some text back and forth.
Maybe something helps, and
I know.
helps him,
I know.
But I can't promise you that because I don't.
No, I know.
Yeah, I don't know what all's in there, so.
I want to. I was
I know, as a father, I understand.
All right. Well, yeah, I'm gonna keep walking.
Something had changed. Whatever was on that phone had to be disturbing, and the officer seemed to have caught on to this as well.
Because he doesn't know what's going on, but he seemed a little shocked that we're at his house. You know, he seemed respectful in the sense that he was okay with us being at his house and doing what we needed to do. I couldn't really get a feel for him. He may just be covering for his kid. He's gotta be. Him having the phone not being shattered tells me that his son handed it to him. So he found the phone, tells us that he found the phone, but doesn't want to give it to us without a search warrant. Text messages not there. Probably. He was telling Randy that there were texts there about him asking where if anyone had seen Aaron. I wonder if those texts were sent since we've been here though.
These officers were spot on with their theory. On the phone, Brandon would leave an array of horrifying notes, such as, his scream became a gargle as he swallowed his tongue. I like dark places where my mind melts. It feels so good and I feel so cool. My brain's a waterfall running out of my nose like drool. I can turn myself on in the blink of an eye. They notified me as the smartest man alive. Additionally, he would leave a to-do list following the murder of Aaron. 1. Schedule last 3 songs. This was in reference to his YouTube channel where he would post his music. 2. Vacuum. 3. Laundry. 4. Shower in my shower. 5. Take bath. Tomorrow. 1. Text Rachel that Aaron threw up horribly. I think there was some blood in it. 2. I woke up and he was gone. Whether or not these exact messages were what alarmed Jeremy is unknown, but something on that phone made it clear to him that Brandon had killed Aaron.
Oh no.
And just an hour later, Jeremy would call police, detailing that he was with Brandon and that he was willing to surrender and turn himself in. So 25 minutes later, Brandon and his parents would arrive at the station.
You're with Brandon. Rachel? Jeremy. Thank you.
All right, let's get back to it. I'll deal with this shit later.
Jeremy, if y'all can have a seat out here.
Yeah, this is essentially the kind of the thing that I'm going for. And then this motherfucker right here. Move this out. Scale this on X.
I'll be right back out with you, okay?
Drop this in, drop that in. To the side. Some shit like this.
Anything in your pockets that I need to know about?
Wallet and keys.
To the front.
Anything else?
No.
Sorry about that. Go ahead,
There we go. Bop.
Now that Brandon was secured, the detective would sit him down to try and get a basic confession or any information that might ease the path to conviction.
Alright, like I was saying, I'm Detective York. I work here at the wrong PD, of course. Detective York, yep, that's me. So before we get started, got some paperwork you gotta fill out.
The detective would start the interview by getting Brandon's basic information and contact addresses.
So I'm gonna read you some stuff before we get started, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning.
I would like a lawyer.
You would like a lawyer, okay? Alright, sit tight for just a minute.
Brandon was smart. He knows nothing he says in the interrogation room will go on to help him in court. So
For sure.
he decides to keep his mouth shut. While this is unfortunate for the detective, Brandon's parents are more than willing to have a discussion with him. So instead, he turns his attention over to them to try and get the information that he's looking for.
There's a lot going on right now. Anything that we can do for y'all right now. Need to find a body. I can take you out. Try to show you. I can try to show you. You can try to show us the general area, yeah. Okay. There's an old cemetery up the hill. You turn left. Trendle, something like Trendle. Okay. We can show you. All right.
This statement from Jeremy was crucial information to track down Aaron's body. But as valuable as this information is, the detective recognized the importance of capitalizing on the opportunity to gather as much from Jeremy as possible while he remained cooperative. With this in mind, he shifted his focus to delving deeper into Brandon's personal life.
Yeah, I think something like this is what I'm gonna do for the stairwell. So like you can tell like everything's still like cool looking. This right here, I'm gonna end up.
Got a call from Brandon this morning at 9 or 10. He was asking about one thing up.
It has to be like this, but I'll end up making it look legit.
That's all we heard. Then an hour or two goes by. Boy's mom calls us. Or I called Brandon back like immediately after Janet burned. So, do you know where Aaron is? He says, well, we got her around 5. And we were told Aaron had run away. Ran from the house, ran from the police. Aaron's body is likely there. He's mentally unstable.
So anyway, yeah, that's it. That's the idea.
And with that comes OCD.
Obviously, it's a working idea, but all right. Let's get back to the old.
This raises the possibility that his
Big
actions
potatoes
may have
of
been
it.
influenced by mental instability. However, it's important to consider the context. Jeremy's statements could be an attempt to have Brandon plead insanity in court. Therefore, it's essential to approach these claims with a grain of salt, as they may not fully reflect the reality of the situation. Regardless, police now had an approximate location of where Aaron's body should be, so all hands went on deck to search the cemetery Jeremy had described. Aaron was found buried in the cemetery. Behind a
Damn, buried in the cemetery. What the hell?
Even worse was that his body was wrapped inside the very sheets he slept on in Brandon's house. The speculation had come to an end. Brandon Reisner was a...
All right, where were we?
Right after this discovery, Brandon was placed under arrest for the murder of Aaron Davis and transported to the local prison. But the cops found his behavior very unconventional.
Hide the roof, flip this up.
Go up to the counter, right? Let them follow their instructions.
Oh, hell no.
This is property. You got ID in here if you want. For me? No, we're talking to him. You got your ID in there. Yeah.
Officers stated that Brandon remained eerily calm while being transported and seemed completely unfazed by the entire situation. And while Brandon had been successfully captured and the case had seemingly came to a successful conclusion, officers had one tragic duty to complete before the end of the day. Break the news to Aaron's parents that their son had been murdered.
I would lose my marbles, bro. All right, so we got the reason that it is good to go ahead and add loop cuts to your models is that now I can select these and I can separate them. Then this floor can be different from this floor, can be different from that floor, blah, blah, blah. Okay. but the shape is still the same. I can just have multiple materials
Aaron
within
was a
one
recent college graduate and a good kid with a bright future ahead of him.
mesh.
Sudden death is nothing short
What the
of an
hell?
evil, horrifying act on Brandon's behalf, and justice had to be served for Aaron's and his family's
There's a
sake.
bit of me that's
That
like, I
justice
want to.
would come inside the courtroom. On July 18th, 2024, Brandon was left with little to no defense for his crimes, and his plea to claim mental insanity was
You
quickly
see,
ruled out.
And I have come to
something has happened here.
Justice requires that Mr. Reisner be sentenced on count 1 to imprisonment for life without parole.
Okay, this is the
That's what I'm
problem.
going to do.
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the murder
Damn,
and
life in prison,
mutilation
no
of
parole.
Aaron
What the
Davis.
hell? All right, so let's move this shit out of here.
You open that? She can fit in here. I mean, she's in there. Oh, she's in there.
Police department. Police department. Hi, how's it going? Are you Patricia? No, I'm her daughter, Carol.
This is 50-year-old Carol Ray. She lives with her mother, Patricia, and her 3-year-old daughter.
Is Patricia here?
No, she's not here. No, she's with her sister.
Okay, I'm just asking because someone was worried they didn't know where she was at.
My son John. And him and her are having a little bit of a tiff because he owes her quite a bit of money. And he's been trying to call her for 24 hours now. And I gave her the message yesterday.
This made sense to the cops. Carol's mother, Patricia, didn't want to deal with her greedy grandson and decided to move out and ignore him. Or at least that's what Carol claimed, because at this point, police are completely unaware of the
Alrighty, so now we have
away from them inside the house. And over the course of the next few days, this simple missing persons report would turn into hands down the most gruesome and disturbing
everything is
case
back
that they had ever worked on.
squared away
I
now.
get a text message from Carol's mom, but it doesn't read like Carol's mom.
My grandma just texted me again. Okay. Sent the cops to my house again. My grandma's not at the house.
It's clear that you're not telling us the truth. Where is she at, Carol?
Carol Baskins. All right.
Following the
So,
interaction with Carol
there we
the
go.
previous night, John would call the police again.
Bangers,
slowly
bangers.
becoming
Guess
more
what?
concerned that something had happened to Patricia.
We're gonna create a doorway,
So at
but
8
what
a.m.
kind of
on
doorway?
January 22nd,
That's the
officers
thing.
would arrive at Carol's house
This
for
is
the
a
second
bedroom.
time with the intent to find a conclusive answer to John's
So
worries.
let's go look for some fucking bedroom entrance.
Grandma's Patricia. Mom is Carol.
See what we want.
Hi. Are you Carol? Yes. Is Patricia here? No, she's not. She's getting her B12.
Ooh, the
shot or
double
something like that.
doors open up.
It's not written down.
This is a kind of a mix between like antiques, but it's been, you know, renovated. Okay, this one looks. This one could actually
Does she
be.
live here with you? Your grandma?
Aha! Brilliant. That's it. That's what I'll do.
She's been staying over at her sister's house for a couple of
Take this.
days because we just got
and
back
bring
from
it out.
California and got
Bring it out. Bring it out.
She had a diverticulitis that ruptured.
Okay.
So.
There
So
we go.
she's back here though, staying here primarily now.
Close. I mean, all of her
Bring a
kids and
tab.
everything are here.
Bring it in like
She came
this.
by yesterday, and she was here last. Not last
4
night, the night before
feet
last. She was here yesterday for
in between
until
that.
about 5 p.m. and picked up her medications and a fresh change of clothes and stuff like that.
Okay. The only reason we're here is because your children are concerned about your grandma.
Click,
I saw
click,
John,
click.
and he took you guys over last night, which I contacted my mother about, and she had a fit, and I was going to go down to the Roseville Police Department today about it. Well, there's a little bit of a financial money issue between my mother and my old son John.
Okay.
And he borrows a lot of money from her and doesn't repay it. He's got a truck in the backyard she bought him, a car in the garage that she bought him that she took back because he didn't pay the insurance on it.
There we go.
So my mom is a very finicky woman, so she got pissy about that now. problem when I got
I don't.
here.
It ain't being pissy.
Things to take care of.
Right.
Okay. My
How
mom
old's
told
your
me.
mom?
I said she's 69 this year.
Based on Carol's story, Patricia is back living at her house and is currently at the doctor's office getting a monthly shot. Everything lines up. Patricia temporarily stopped communicating with John due to a financial dispute. However, John, being a caring grandchild, got worried something more sinister was at play. It seems like it was just miscommunication. However, officers decide to get all of Patricia's information and check her room just to ensure nothing's off.
All right.
Where's her room here?
And it's right back here.
Can we just look at it?
Yeah, do you want to see where her clothes are and everything? You want to show them where Grandma B? I'm sorry, baby. You want to show them where Grandma B's room is?
Oh no.
The last one on the right. Allison's is the first one on the left here. Yep, we would let Natalie sleep in this bedroom since Grandma B spent the night right with you, so that she can have her stuff on. All my mom stuff.
And all her clothes are in there.
All my mom stuff is right there. All fresh clothes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we're good. We get the call, you know, and then there's one side of the story, and then there's the other. So if he's got everyone worked up, like he said, he might call, someone else might call, and you don't want us showing up here a million times. So we want to just see her in person. Hey, you're fine. That's all we need to do. Okay?
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
The officers have one simple task to wrap this case up. Simply confirm Patricia is okay with their own eyes. To do this, Officer Pelt decides to call the doctor's office where Patricia is apparently being treated. However, the call doesn't go as planned.
Hi, this is Casey from Woods Cardiology. How can I help you? Hi, this is Officer Pelt with the Roseville Police Department. I'm just calling because I believe you have a patient in your office by the name of Patricia Bennett. And she has some family members that are concerned about her and are trying to just make sure she's there.
Nope. She's not here. They might have got the date mixed up. Her appointment is February the 13th. But I'm gonna go ahead and ask a couple of my colleagues just to make sure, like, did she come here or anything like that?
Is she planning on coming there?
Nope. She's not supposed to be in today. Nobody's seen, like, she hasn't come in yet or anything like that. But we can watch out and contact you.
Suddenly, things are starting to misalign. John insists that he thinks Patricia is missing, and now the only person living with her is lying about her current location. Something is definitely not adding up, so officers decide to speak to John again to further investigate the strange situation.
I just don't get why my grandma would make a Facebook post saying she's at home. You guys show up and she's not there.
And that was literally 2 minutes ago. As soon as you pulled away, she texted my dad that.
There may be other circumstances that we're not aware of, or the family's not aware of.
I'm hoping I just have a pissed off.
So what your expectation is that this woman here who's your mother, is hiding your grandmother from you?
Yeah.
For what reason?
For a month.
She's trying to take the money from her that you think is entitled to you?
No.
Okay, I don't know. Your grandmother, what?
Our grandma raised us.
Raised you, okay. Okay.
So generally, yes, I'm really concerned.
Our mom's been in and out of our
where
life.
she's at.
Right, okay.
You know, our mom was never in our life.
And I just don't want my grandma to be passed away and she's collecting, or hopefully she's just hiding her because she's sick. And my grandma always wants to know. I'd rather have a pissed off grandma than a missing or a dead.
Well, if she's dead, then, I mean, if she's got a body hiding somewhere or has done away with her, I mean, and then trying to collect Social Security or whatever she receives, I mean, it takes some effort.
My grandma has fraudulent
has police reports on her.
Yeah, police reports on her.
When was that done?
A couple years ago.
A couple years ago? Okay. And what happened to those charges?
I think my grandma decided to not pursue them.
Okay.
Fully, to have, like, lock her up because that's her daughter, but...
I'm not trying to get her in trouble, but why would you keep lying? But so that's why I'm thinking that nothing's adding up. My grandma just texted me again.
Okay.
And doing cops to my house again. My grandma's not at the house.
John's claims are frankly terrifying. Not only does he suspect his mother of stealing from Patricia and using her money, but he thinks she may have even murdered her. Accusing your own mother of committing such a terrible act is something officers need to take seriously. However, there's no evidence to suggest that Carol had even harmed Patricia, let alone killed her, so these claims feel drastic,
We'll put my gizmo at, bro.
premature. Officer Jerebick seems to have felt these claims were over the top as well. so he would lead John to the station to file a missing persons report. Additionally, he wants to learn about John's history with Carol and why he thinks she may have killed Patricia. Alongside John would be Carol's ex-husband TJ, who claimed to have important information that could help solve the case.
We're just gonna record you and I. All right. So when did you physically last see your grandmother eye to eye?
Probably after Halloween, beginning of November, before I went to North Carolina. I came back from North Carolina Thanksgiving, so didn't see her. Went there on Christmas, didn't see her. I've been calling her and asking her to call me. I need to hear your voice, or have my mom have you call me. I need to hear your voice, or I'm gonna do a welfare check. I threatened that a couple weeks ago.
All right.
Yesterday, I just cracked and finally called it in.
And now you haven't had any voice contact with her since Thanksgiving.
Somebody's been texting me off her phone or off her Facebook. I know it's not her just because the words they use. It's not how my grandma talks.
When was the last time you saw Carol?
Okay.
Not Carol, Patricia.
Oh, okay. I'm like every time I drop my daughter.
yeah. We're like Patricia. Contact with Patricia, yes.
Yeah, it was around Halloween time. I did receive one text message the other day stating that she was sorry for holding up Carol. Carol and my daughter were supposed to hang out because it was my birthday this weekend. Game around 6 o'clock, I started texting her. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? You know, it's my birthday. We were supposed to be celebrating it and blah, blah, blah.
Carol and Allison are supposed to be celebrating on Sunday, your birthday.
Right, and then I get a text message from Carol's mom, but it doesn't read like Carol's mom, but it says, sorry, I'm holding her up, signing over the cars and giving her title to house and insurance stuff so she get that stuff fined Monday. It gets kind of, when Carol types, a lot of times it comes up kind of misspelled. It's because she don't wear her glasses and stuff like that.
The only contact that you've had with her was from
a random message, and she said that she was with my aunt. So I did some research. I went there today and spoke with my aunt. She hasn't spoken to my grandma since 2015.
Remember how Carol said that Patricia moved over to live at her sister's house?
Is Patricia here? No, she's not here right now. She's with her sister.
John visited that house, and Patricia's sister claimed that she hasn't seen Patricia in over 5 years.
And she was messaging me today while we were there with the cops, saying that she was home, and messaging my dad that she was home when we know she wasn't there because the cops were there. My dad screenshotted them all and sent me those messages.
Okay, can you email those to me?
One thing I do know, and I mean, in this type of situation, I would hope it's more true than it is the other, is I've known Carol since I've been 20. I mean, like boldface, like you can show her, like here's a picture of you, and I have. Here's a picture of you doing this and that. It's not me. I mean, so she's always been a chronic liar, especially when she's off her meds. Because she does take lots of medicine, longer than I think even we were together. I mean, I'm sure you can get her list of medicines that she was taking, but I guess she lost her therapist, so she has not had medicine for the last couple months. And when that happens, things get kind of wonky with her.
Any other conversations?
I've been calling the house phone, social media, off of like Messenger, calling her that way, texting her, nothing. And then on 12th of January, my mom texted me off her phone saying, Grandma B is sleeping, getting over pneumonia here. I was like, have her call me. I need to hear her voice. She never does this. She always calls me. And there was no response.
These interviews help clarify why John would go as far as saying Carol had killed Patricia. She's been lying to them for months. Nobody's been able to see or speak to Patricia, and she happens to have a decent surplus of cash that the family has been pulling from. And remember, on top of all of that, Carol lied to police about Patricia's whereabouts at the doctor's office. The evidence makes it abundantly clear that Carol's not telling the truth and trying to hide something, and it's likely something horrifying. So police try and visit her house a third and final time, but this time, they aren't leaving without answers.
Hello.
Hi again. Hi. Is she here now? No, she's up at the Liver Cancer Institute getting her B12 shot.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be gripey with you, but
Where is she at?
We're just getting conflicting information that's lying.
The doctor's office that you told us she went to, she's not there.
with cardiovascular is where she goes. Dr. Tapazzo is who treats her leukocytic white blood cell cancer. Not the white blood cell cancer.
Okay, because you said she was at Woods Cardiovascular.
Because she has a lot of
What's your daughter's name?
It's Addison.
Addison.
Allison.
Allison.
It's just getting conflicting information from.
That's a nice balloon.
Well, it's because
Can I see it? Oh, thank you.
I can't keep all of it. Which cardiovascular is where she's been treated?
Yeah. So I guess.
Is where she's been treated for a long time.
Fuck.
How did she get there?
I don't know what the fuck has happened here.
Her sister drives her, or I drive her.
You didn't drive her today, so today.
And sometimes her neighbor across the street.
How did she get there today, though?
I believe her sister.
Her sister.
Yes.
The sister that lives in Warren.
Yes.
Okay. But you don't have your sister's number.
I don't talk with my aunt or my uncle.
Well, last night,
she stayed over there.
when the officer came here, she did not speak directly to her.
No, she spoke to me. Okay. Because she was at my aunt. She was here right before last.
Is that your phone?
She was here. Yes, that's the one I just gave you.
Listen, we just want to know where this lady is.
I understand, but you guys are upsetting my daughter and you're upsetting me.
She doesn't look upset.
That's
Okay?
fine.
Because you don't hear what she says when she leaves. I just went through a really bad domestic violence divorce situation and CPS up my butt for the past 2
We're not,
years.
yeah, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to find out if your mom's okay. We got a bunch of people who are concerned about her, and no one seems to know where she
my
is.
son's father, my son, and his brother, which he's got his brother on high alert now, which his brother's...
Fuck, what have I done?
Yesterday morning while my mom was laying on the couch to pick up $200.
I think I fucking fat fingered some shit.
Right.
Is there a way that I can... Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
I mean, I can show you a picture of my daughter and my mom.
She's
sitting on the
sending
couch.
messages telling everyone she's here.
She's currently here.
No, she's coming back here because she just called.
She just called. Why don't you call her right now? While we're here.
Yeah. And she's on her way, then shortly we'll be able to resolve this.
Can I turn this back on for her?
Yeah.
You can see
That's
that
fine.
I'm actually... Oh.
You want to put it on speakerphone? Will she answer you?
I don't know. She went up there to get her B12 shot.
Notice the drastic change in Carol's demeanor when she was directly asked to call Patricia. She's no longer deflecting, but rather soft-spoken and deliberate with her choice of words. Pay attention to Carol's body language as she's asked more of these direct questions.
I know she's supposed to be calling John because John's the one that started this like 3-4 nights ago, threatening to call if she didn't talk to him. Yeah, if she didn't talk to him by noon the next day. I had her call before she went to Sam's Club. It was like
Is it possible
11:45, 11:50.
Is it possible then that she could just speak to John? Directly.
Yeah.
Well, then why hasn't she?
Like face to face, so that they're at ease.
Well, she's not answering.
We're sending messages to
Do you
each
want
other.
to call her again?
And we were just concerned.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She was talking, you were talking, the phone was ringing. What did you say?
Why can't your mother directly speak to John? Not through a message, not through text.
She can.
FaceTime.
I don't have nothing to do with her and John, though.
Well, that's why we're here.
I'm getting stuck in the middle of it.
Yes, and so are we.
So are we, and we have to figure. We have
trying
to
to get
see her. Do you want to just try to call her again? What's the doctor's office she's at?
What's No, the Weber Cancer Center is behind Macomb Hospital.
Coincidentally, Officer Peltz would call this doctor's office, and yet again...
What the fuck have I done,
wasn't nowhere to
bruh?
be found. Officer Pelt knew something was off, and decided to call in Detective Jarabeks to question Carol officially, and confront her about her growing list of lies.
Grandson doesn't live here.
Okay.
It's the son of
Oh,
the
shit, doggy.
Let's stop, get her to the station. We'll do a search warrant, whatever we have to do for the house. But if she
Do you
starts,
want to do a consent to search first? So we can gather in the house first? Does she have consent? Yeah, let's see. Well, let's start out with that. She's already let me go through the house.
Did you go through the garage?
I have not been through
the
the
cars,
garage.
check the cars.
No, I just went through the house. This could go south quickly. So she's at her breaking.
Okay.
She's Detective Jarabeks.
Excuse me.
Hi. So we're gonna, if you don't mind, we'll get consent from you to search the house to see if there's anything that would lead us to think of who she may have went with to help you out and figure out where she went.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't tell you otherwise, right? You're under the impression she was supposed to be with her sister.
Yes.
That's what she told you.
Yeah.
Who lives in the house?
I do. My mom and this little girl over.
Has she done this in the past?
My mom doesn't tell anybody what she does.
But your son seemed pretty concerned that she wasn't here.
What's on John?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she tells you that she's with your sister, her sister.
That's got me.
That's concerning, correct?
That's got me worried. I'm not worried, but aggravated.
She's not answering her phone calls. The people that she says she's with, she's not.
Mm-hmm. That's got me
concerning.
aggravated. Because
I won't feel right if I leave this house without looking for anything that can point us in the right direction. I want to do my job properly and make sure that. And I guarantee when she walks back in this door, and she finds out that I searched for her stuff to help try to find her, she's probably gonna be okay with it because that's what most people will be okay with, correct?
I'll open up her bedroom door so you can see her stuff or whatever. I'll unlock the car for you so you can look at it and whatever, or whatever you want to do. I don't want to sign anything and get in trouble.
Okay.
There's all of her clothes.
Okay. When your mom left, did she take like a toothbrush, a bag of clothes, like she was spending the night
Motherfucker.
Well, she has a purse on her and her coat and boots.
Yeah, does she normally sleep over people's house without,
Well, she does. She did this time. She has in the past. Puzzles,
so
right?
she does have,
She's doing.
obviously, medical issues.
Oh yeah, she's had medical issues for a while. She takes
What I'm
medication.
saying is that that's also, when we're looking at somebody being missing, it's concerning because anything can happen. She's had COPD, she's had a stroke already. You understand, she's
out there.
You don't seem very concerned. I'm more concerned for your mom than you are. Like,
I am concerned. I've talked to her and seen her in the past 48 hours. And
but now
I'm frazzled because she's lied to me about talking to my, and I don't know why she would do that.
So I mean, we're concerned because your mom left, but she didn't even pack a bag to go. You know.
For an overnight, she normally won't. Even when she came out to my trailer that I was remodeling up on Hall Road.
So for like an overnight, you don't pack like just a toothbrush, a change of clothes, underwear.
Any teeth?
Obviously, something's going on here. We're fairly certain something's going on. We need to start fresh, and we need to tell you. We need you to tell us exactly what happened.
your story's not adding up.
Your story doesn't add up.
Shit.
You're extremely nervous.
Well, yeah, I had the police here last night and today. Yeah.
Carol, obviously, something probably happened to your mother, right? You know something.
God damn,
you're
dude.
not telling us.
That was fucking me up. Okay, so apparently I've changed the location of the
We know when something's not right and something isn't right.
pivot point.
You have many people outside of you that are concerned.
Don't do that.
About your mother's whereabouts.
Do not do that. You'll spend a fucking 45 minutes doing some fuckery.
She told me that she left here.
The detectives
Jesus,
haven't cracked
buddy.
Carol
Jeez,
yet,
buddy.
but they're extremely close. If they can get verbal consent to search the property, they may be able to find clues to further solve the case or get Carol to reveal more information.
All right, listen to me.
Few things.
You're lying a lot, okay? I'm now at a point where I don't believe anything you're saying, okay? I've now confirmed another part of your story that's wrong. So you need to come clean now. Let me know if she's in this house or in your garage, that she passed away from natural causes or whatever it is, and you didn't want to do anything because maybe you needed some extra money for Social Security or whatever it is, we can get through it. But right now, what you're doing is you're hiding somebody who's possibly dead, okay?
Absolutely not.
Carol, she hasn't been in this house in 2 months, 3 months.
She has. She's got dirty clothes in the laundry room. She's got clean clothes hanging right there.
What does that have to do with anything? That's neither here nor there.
I mean,
What's going on? What's going on in your life
her hair
that we have to
in
be?
the bathroom.
Yeah, that's odd because she left for the night. Wouldn't she want to brush her hair in the morning?
Carol was caught lying through her teeth multiple times. However, despite all of that, detectives couldn't get the consent to search her property. This leaves them in a tough situation. It's clear Carol is lying and hiding Patricia's whereabouts, but with no solid evidence, they can't be certain of Carol's involvement in the disappearance. But luckily, the police had a trick in mind, involving Carol's current boyfriend, Ricky. Since Ricky has been living in the house with Carol, he has the authority to give consent to areas of mutual access. In this situation, that allows officers to search the majority of the property despite Carol's objection to the search. As long as Ricky doesn't have any involvement in Patricia's disappearance, he would have no reason to object to a search of the property.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
How about yourself?
Not too bad, are you Ricky?
Yeah.
Okay. Gonna step back here. Some of these detectives want to talk with you.
Detectives?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, they'll talk with you.
When was the last time you saw Patricia? Like, physically saw her in person?
Physically saw her. It's probably been about a month.
Would you mind coming to the station with us? So we can just sit there and talk?
What's this about?
Well, we want to find Patricia, but we're getting...
She's not over at Citrus House?
No. How long
She's on me? She's lied on me?
Who's lied on you?
Like Carol.
Carol?
She's cheated on me, yeah. Because she's the one that told me that she was at her sister's house.
Thankfully, it seems as though Ricky has no idea of the crimes. More importantly, he would agree to a search of the property, granting them access to most of the home. If they discover anything serious, they'll need a search warrant to investigate it further, but a cursory look around the property is now fully legal. They begin by searching her backyard and cars.
Help.
Huh?
Help.
Who's with her?
Oh, Help's with her.
Huh? Let's be my
246 almost. Okay, that's good. That's good.
After coming up empty in the backyard, they check the last remaining spot, Carol's garage.
boyfriend's here.
Just want to look up here real quick.
You open that?
Should fit in here.
I mean,
Ooh, bloody.
oh, all right. Bloody towels. There's shit in here.
Beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful.
she's in there.
She's in the house.
Oh, she's in there.
Open it up. Let's see.
Hook them
Well, hold on. I don't know. Hold on. Well, hold on.
I don't know. I'm not just. Nah. I don't know. He's looking. He's looking at. Nah, nothing. I think I opened up that grave bin and it's full of bloody towels. And it stinks like a dead body.
Are you kidding me?
Swear to God.
You gotta get the search warrant up.
Huh? For what?
If it's in there, Bodecker wants us.
For what?
If
We're
there's
searching for the
There's a
body.
bloody
Yes,
pillow.
if there's
There's a
one in
bloody
there.
pillow in here. Sorry?
Yeah, there's a body in there.
Yep.
Where?
You can see the legs in the far corner.
Okay.
Goes back.
Alright.
Sure. I'll go pick the thing up there.
Somebody said he was back here. So he needs to. Everybody needs. That's a boyfriend. He just showed up. We've been looking for him.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Lieutenant. I just opened up a big plastic storage bin and smelled really bad. It was full of blood and towels, and you can see a body in there. So it's kind of where we're at.
All right. We hook her, bring her in. What about
Everybody was saying, the brothers, we need to find out what they were telling officers, because they were saying he was like in the back there yesterday and was coming and going. Somebody might have seen.
There's
Yeah.
still moisture on the top of that. I open it and there's still moisture on the top, so that's not been in there long.
And they were somebody we got to talk to over there. They said, yeah, you know, the door was open yesterday and he was coming and going, and then all of a sudden his car was gone.
This dude? Whose boyfriend is it?
This is the girl in
the
Carol's.
mom, the daughter.
I say we bring him in.
Yeah.
Not only had they found Patricia's deceased body in the storage bin, but the body still wasn't dry, meaning the murder couldn't have been more than 2 months ago as John originally suspected. This terrifying scene couldn't have made the truth more clear. Carol Ray had killed her mother and had been covering it up for weeks. However, she may not have been the only one involved in this. Ricky had been staying at the house for months now, and the cops believe he had to have known about the murder if he'd been living beside it the entire time. With this in mind, police place Carol under arrest immediately and detain Ricky too.
Carol,
Go ahead and stand up for me. Your Uncle James got your back, okay? Think you know why we're going, but I suggest you think about what you need to tell us, okay?
Which one's any good? Anyway, because I need to. I might have my knife on me over there.
Following Carol and Ricky's arrest, both would sit in a jail cell while they waited for detectives to arrive
Shit.
at the station. Multiple hours later, they would bring Carol in for her first interrogation.
Obviously, Carol, we're here to talk to you about what's going on here. The further we let this keep rolling, the further it's going to get without you being able to, shed some light on this, okay?
The goal for this interrogation is not to get Carol to confess, because she obviously did it, but to determine a motive and figure out if Ricky was also involved.
If I say something and it comes out wrong or something like that, I don't want it because it was an accident. I'm just doing so.
Damn, dude. Fuck my brain up for a second. We made it through, though, boys. We made it through. Click it here. Separate by selection. Beautiful. Beautiful. These are now separado. Okay, back out. Click it.
We're sleeping.
We got here.
Loud banging. My daughter and I were sleeping and I heard her back and I was sleeping on the couch. Anyway, the crash and it sounded like someone was breaking through the glass window or breaking down the door in the living room. I grabbed my gun and we were running down the hallway and had my finger on the trigger like an idiot. But I went not running but walking fast down the hallway. And I hit with my right foot hit the and it went off. Doing things when I shook her shoulder and then I heard gurgling. And I screamed, Mom, pulled her on the floor and I noticed that energy had blood coming out of her mouth. But I thought somebody had broken the window or something like that. There was a huge loud crash.
If a suspect is highly emotional when recalling an event, they will often have trouble remembering certain details in that moment. You'll often notice the suspect unable to form full sentences and stuttering in their speech. But Carol shows none of this. While crying, she manages to form a detailed timeline of how she killed Patricia. This implies that her story of events may be inaccurate, and the murder wasn't a
I don't know
mistake,
why this
like she
motherfucker won't
claims. Now that they've
snap
learned
to the
more,
right
however,
fucking
the
shit. Turn the
detectives
snapping
would be
off
able
for a
to search
second.
for
man.
evidence that explicitly countered this story, and that didn't take them long at all. The very next day, they brought Carol back out of her cell and into the interrogation room again. Throughout this interview, see if you can spot the information that the detectives found specifically for this conversation, and watch how they use it to break her story apart.
Going off of what you said yesterday, I know that you're walking down the hallway, rather quick, I heard a noise, get the gun in your hand, the Ruger. You're walking, the owl was right there, you tripped, you the gun, you used your finger on the trigger, and the gun went off, correct? Okay. You saw your mom bleeding, and then, I thought you said you saw it coming out of her mouth.
Right away, I went on and it freaked me out and I dropped it and I screamed out and it pulled away.
There we go.
The cops are clearly trying to come across as understanding and compassionate to Carol, but if their main goal was to make her feel comfortable, they wouldn't have sat her in the corner of the room and positioned themselves between her and the door. They want to eventually make her feel so cornered and pressured that she lets go of the truth. So for now, this nice guy demeanor is a complete act for the detective to build rapport, as he tries to get her to talk as much as possible.
So after
I fucked up. Once more.
in the container in the garage. Now, obviously my concern is kind of understand how she got there, but you gotta explain to me because to me it seems with your back and everything that you could do this by yourself. So can you walk me through? I understand obviously panic, everything sets in, you're freaking out, and it's your mother you love, right? And so he was waking up. He kind of walked me through the minutes after all that happened. Let me ask you this: was Ricky there that night? I don't. You don't have to give them if you want to.
Remember, an important part of this interrogation was to figure out if Carol's boyfriend Ricky was also involved to any extent. At the moment, Carol is claiming that he wasn't on the scene at all, as they'd recently had a number of arguments. The cops would have a chance to interview him later on, but for now, there's one question regarding him that they just can't seem to get their heads around.
So Allison was sleeping with you. Ricky wasn't there. And was near the baby waking up. What happened next? Did you leave your mom on the couch? Did you move her somewhere else? Understand that. Very hard to understand.
Oh, motherfucker.
We're operating under panic, right? I mean, I can picture myself.
Sometimes it takes me some time to get this bitch right, but it's better to look.
Where did you move her from the house?
Let me say this. Let me say one thing. With this shit, it is better to do it 40 fucking times and have the most optimal model than it is to patchwork the bitch together. And then you're trying to put textures and materials. You're gonna have to remesh it. You're gonna have to it's gonna take your fucking life by a storm, dude. You're gonna have to UV unwrap it a million fucking times in the sense you're gonna have to you're gonna spend your whole life like, yeah, just better to take your time, make the bitch, legit from the first go around. All right, let's get back into it.
30 seconds after she was
That
asked
being
this
said,
question,
buddies.
the cops are right to assume that she's scared, but it might not be for the reasons they think. She could be scared of Ricky and the consequences of implicating him in the crime, but she could also be terrified of the situation she's in. She's going to jail for a very long time. There's no escaping that anymore, and that's a scary reality for her. Whatever the reason is, though, the cops are still doing their best to give her a moral excuse or justification for what she did, so she'll talk a little more. She panicked, and anyone would have done the same. The best thing she can do to make things right is to tell them exactly what happened.
I mean, people panic. People make mistakes. Yeah, I mean, you know what happens most often than fleeing. When you flee from an accident, it happens all the time when people panic, right? Let's say someone gets in a car accident and they smash into a car and they take off, and that person ends up dying. They hear them on the news, and then the lines keep going, and they're like, shit, I should have stayed, but I didn't, right? That's the mistake that you made. I should have stayed, but I didn't. I don't want to keep revisiting, but I have to. How did you get the toad out of the house? Cheetah passed all that stuff in the garage. Is it possible somebody else could have moved it for you?
The cops are really focusing on Carol's inability to physically move Patricia to the garage, as, to them, it was a clear sign that somebody else had to be involved. But at this point, they're not getting anywhere. Unfortunately, this isn't conclusive.
What am I building? Well, I'm building a house, but this is a door, or this is the wall to the entrance of the room. So, this is the full house. It's like an old school house that have you ever seen it? It's where like they turn like old warehouses into these badass loft apartments. That's what it is. That's what it is. So this is essentially it so far. And then this will be the room. Tell me if this is not cool or what. Oh, tell me if this is not freaking cool, man. Where's my roof? Where's my roof? The roof is on fire. All right. Yeah. All right. So this is going to be the room, right? This is the door. You'll come in this way. And then this will be the room. But the room, the skylights and the windows They're gonna be like one piece, so it'll be like one piece of glass that comes this way, all the way down, one piece of glass. So you have an ultimate window skylight room. The back walls right here, that'll be brick, and this wall here is gonna have like windows and sliding doors that open from the side. So yeah, that's pretty much what it's gonna be like. And this is gonna be a rooftop like sitting area, and then this will have like a walk with different plants and gardens, old school hand railing right here, and then this will also be a sitting space in time. This will be the podcast studio in here. Let me take this here, hide that. This in here will be a podcast studio and something else, some other shit. This, that, and the third, as they say. And I've messed this up some way. Turn snapping back on. Snap. There we go. A lot of natural light. Just a lot of everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like a rooftop little. I don't know if you've been to like the hotels and stuff. Sometimes they have a rooftop bar. So that'll be here. Sitting area, music, some bushes. You're like, what the fuck? How the fuck you get a bush on top of a roof? Well, you plant one. That's how you do it. You plant it. Anyway. All right. Let's hear some more shit about murder.
Still breathing, and you want to make sure that at this point, no good for it to be like that.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't know. Absolutely not.
Did you maybe you kind of fucking see like it sounds terrible, but like is she alive? Is she out? Okay.
At this point, the interrogation has been going on for over an hour, and Carol clearly doesn't intend to deviate from her story despite all the new evidence. The detectives are still no closer to obtaining a confession or any information about Ricky from her, so they figure they've got no choice but to speak to the man himself. So later that day, they bring Ricky in for an interview of his own and attempt to get the truth out of him, whatever it may be.
Do you have any idea what's going on?
No, I don't.
You have no clue.
Somebody at the house said something about Patty is not at her sister's house where Carol was telling me that she's at.
When was the last time you physically seen Patty? You guys call her Patricia?
Yeah, Patty, Patricia, and then we call her Patty. I physically seen her about.
I gotta figure what I want to do out though. Oh no! Oh no! What has happened?
You stay at the house during time
This is not straight any longer. What is gone?
It was like that. The night I went home to my mom's house.
No, this is the third time that I will build this. But I've just given my lecture on why it's important to build something properly. Alright. Well, that being said, this is going to be change the name.
But there's still plenty of time for the
Roof.
What about Carol? Did she work? Did she have a job? Did she go anywhere?
Exterior.
What did she do with most of her day?
It's important to name these things, or at least keep your collections in order, so that way when you're lost, you're not really lost. It's like leaving breadcrumbs. Control C, Control V, like always. Move it to the side.
You know where she had the money to?
Tab to go into edit mode. Now select tab to go into edit. Control R to do the loop cuts.
She's bipolar, so I always said that she was the world's
There we
greatest
are.
because I can't tell when she's
Control R to do the loop cuts horizontally. And look, you may be like in a situation where you're trying to put loop cuts in and you're like, what in the tits? I can't put loop cuts. It's not letting me. I want it to go vertically. Go to the parallel that'll run that you want it to run, okay? Or I guess the perpendicular of the version that you want it to run. Okay, so, and then scroll on your mouse wheel to add loop cuts. There we are. Beautiful, beautiful.
Let me ask you about
the garage. You ever go in the garage? Never.
Is blender free? Yeah, blender's free.
When's the last time you think you were in the garage or on the counter? I think we went to go look for a
All right, go into wireframe mode. Wireframe mode. You gotta say with a little country accent. Wireframe mode, or else the other mode won't work. Click these. We're gonna select these. Delete.
Carol's interrogation, this one seems
Not
to
just
be
edges,
laid back
edges and
relaxed. It
faces.
feels as though
Now our
there's a
edges
big
and
chance
faces
that
are
the
way
just doesn't know
There
what's
we
going
go.
on. However, the cops do pick up on the fact
Back
that he's
here.
a little nervous. He's finding
There
it
we
hard to look
go.
the detectives in the eyes, and he seems
I
a
am
little
country.
soft-spoken. So to clear things up fully, they decide to put the pressure on.
It's on Steam. No, it's just on the browser. You just download it on whatever browser you use. I will tell you though that your computer kind of has to be beefy, to be honest, because while doing it in the gray boxing mode or in even the wireframe, the actual modeling mode, it doesn't necessarily have to be. But once you start getting into like rendering and stuff like this, it has no lights or anything. But when you start adding different materials to it, what's up, Grogly? You start adding materials to it, then that's when it starts, weighing a lot on your computer. Anyhow, Grogs, are you done with your school, dude? Are you done with your school, bud? Yeah. Yeah, you can change it. Well, let me show you this. This is let me save this project and I can kind of show you the difference of what you can do. So we will close this. Get Blender back going. So this is like one little podcast room that I've made. And you'll be able to see the difference. So this is meant to be this, and then you can click it here. It'll take a second to render. This is the part I was telling you. It's like you gotta have like a big computer because it'll take time. Drop it in here. There you go. This is a podcast room that I've made. This is just for like a quick render. So it's you create it. You don't have to create it within any kind of building or house or anything. So this is the inside of it. Made that neon light. Yeah, so this is everything that you can make here. That's it. That's it, dude. So yeah, what I'm working on now, eventually it will be this, but Groggy. You want to come in here now and do our video stuff? You want to come in here and do our video stuff now? Since I've closed my project, I can end my live. Sure. All right. Well, come on. Bye-bye, Harper.